Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Spring is in the air, the weather is getting warm, and it's time to go camping. So I know there's been a lot of content up until now on the Bronco during the winter time, doing some off-roading and doing a lot of accessories and modifications to the Bronco, but now it's time to give the Rivian some attention. So super excited. This weekend we'll be driving down to Summerton, South Carolina, probably a good 11-hour drive down there for the 2025 Rivian Stories fam camping trip. So it should be a good 20 plus Rivians and families there at the Palmetto Springs RV Resort. So just getting the Rivian ready to go. So I'll do a quick walk around. We got the tent already on the back of the Rivian. We'll be packing up with all the camping supplies, making the 11-hour drive down, pulling in, setting up campsite, and bringing you some content on all the different Rivians that will be there. So let's get going. Yeah, so you can see we have the camper back onto the back of the Rivian. Really simple to do with one person. Just brought it down from the hoist that we showed it in an earlier video. I'll have it linked below on how to get the rooftop tent off your Rivian using a simple hoist in the garage. So we have that on. Not much to the Rivian. It's just been my daily driver for the year, and we do have it plugged in and getting it charged to 100% to be able to get as far as possible on the way down to South Carolina. And then you can see basically keep all my camping gear in a couple totes, cooler full of beverages for the potluck that we're going to have at the Rivian Stories family camping, and then all my camping gear, the camp stream that I showed earlier in a camping video, but in that case I was using it to get heat into the tent. This time I'll probably have some air conditioning blowing into the tent since it's supposed to be high 80s in South Carolina this weekend. Little campfire stove, lights, and awning for the camper. And then as you saw in my previous video, I'll have the little mini fridge in the front with the battery pack powering it. So next time you will see me, I'll bring you back when we're pulling into the Palmetto Springs RV Resort in Summerton, South Carolina. I'll see you there. All right, so made about a 4-hour drive so far, right outside of Richmond. Made it to a Tesla Supercharger, getting about 208 kilowatts going into the vehicle right now. Should be here for about 20-30 minutes, and then good to go to the next stop, which is another Tesla Supercharger down in South Carolina. A lot different experience than when I did this 2 years ago when we didn't have access to Tesla Superchargers, and I had to basically sit in a queue at the Electrify America in Richmond, Virginia. So definitely a lot better experience. I pretty much am the only vehicle charging here with 8 spots at Tesla. Took the one on the far right so that I'm not blocking too many, just the end unit there. So yeah, making good time. I am running into an issue where my instrument cluster is frequently rebooting, and that kicks me out of cruise control and driver plus, and only has the speedometer up until everything restarts. So just opened a ticket with Rivian to find out what's going on there. My guess is a bug in the latest software update. So we'll continue on. I guess part of EV living is having some bugs in the software. And I'll see you at the next Tesla Supercharger. Thank you. Well, we're at our final charging, just about to leave from Benson, North Carolina. Drove about 2.5 hours from Colonial Heights, Virginia, to this another Tesla charging station in Benson, North Carolina. A little overcharged a little bit. Went across the street, got some pizza, got some lunch. Wanted to only charge like 80%, but came back, it's already at 86%. So another really successful charging session. Since I reset the truck in Virginia, I haven't had any more issues with the dashboard rebooting and kicking me out of cruise control and driver plus. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that's kind of addressed for the rest of this trip. Again, I think it's probably a software issue, but next time we'll catch you at the Palmetto Shores RV Resort in Summerton, South Carolina, and with the other Rivians from the Rivian Stories. We'll see you there. All right, we made it to the resort here in Summerton, South Carolina. Just got my pass and gate code and just pulling in to my spot with all the other Rivians. Not too bad. It took about 11 hours to get down here. Only one accident that delayed traffic, so that's a win on 95. You have to walk up. Thank you. So, successful night last night camping here at Palmetto Shores RV Park. Um, it's Saturday morning, beautiful day here, a little bit cloudy, nice cool breeze. Not bad for South Carolina, about 80 degrees. But as you can see, I got the camper all set up last night. Didn't record any of it because, frankly, after driving 11 hours, I just wanted to get it set up and and rest. But yeah, so I'll take you around the campsite, show the Rivian's set up. This time I have the rain awning on because we are supposed to get some showers this afternoon. But yeah, walk you through it. We'll get some video of there's a cars and coffee this morning as well. Pretty much any Rivian that doesn't have a camper on it set up, because there's some cabins here that can be rented as well. So they're going to set up their Rivians in the cars and coffee, try to get some good variation out there and show people about Rivians. So let me walk you through around my campsite, what I've set up, and definitely a different experience than last time I took the Rivian camping in November in the winter time. So let's I'll show you and take a look. So not too much different. I still have the camp stream set up in the Rivian to get the air from the ductwork into the tent. Really didn't need to do it last night because it was a nice cool night. But if it gets hotter, I can have the air conditioning pumped into the tent to help cool it off. I do, as I mentioned, have the rain fly set up, which connects to the iCamper and provides a pretty good awning. Really clutch if it does end up raining this afternoon. The area underneath keeps pretty dry. Um, so yeah, the tents. You can see tents all set up, and this is a pretty good campsite here. Good space, um, good charging. So I do have the portable charger set up, and I'm getting the full 32 amps into the vehicle with no issues. Was able to charge 100%. So on the drive home tomorrow, should be good as far as getting the full 100% in full range. Um, and then, as before, in the truck bed, oh, vehicle has locked on me. So in the truck bed, have my totes set up, um, with all my camping gear broken out by tote. So have pretty much all my kitchen gear in the first tote there on the left, and then all my bedding and pillows and whatnot in the tote on the right. Um, so far, I've also brought the Ignite fire can that you saw in my previous camping video, but really don't need it today, given how nice and warm, beautiful day it is today. So that's pretty much it from setting up the campground. Go head over to Cars and Coffee, have some video of that. Um, and then, yeah, that's pretty much it for now. So I figured this is how the conversation went between the Supercharger team and Elon. Hey, we got a good piece of land in Halifax, North Carolina. How many Superchargers should we put in there? And Elon's like, all of them. And that's what they did. So I'm here in Halifax, North Carolina, Tesla Supercharger station where they have 60. Turn right. That's 60 stations for charging, and a good chunk of them are V4s. So I won't be taking up 2 spots when charging with my Rivian. So let's get it connected. Let's get one near the end here. I am rolling in with 3% state of charge, and gonna be here for a bit. So let me get plugged in, and then I will talk a little about what we just drove. All right, now that we're plugged in and getting some juice into the Rivian, let's talk about what we just did. So I left the Rivian Stories family camping weekend at Palmetto Shores RV Resort in Summerton, South Carolina. Charged to 100% while I was at camp. Drove 265 miles here to Halifax. Had a very good headwind. When I first put in this address, the Rivian said I didn't have enough charge to make it. A better route planner said I'd show up with about 8% charge. In reality, showed up here with about 4% charge. So came in on fumes. But yeah, made it here. And again, no worries finding a stall, given that they have 60 stalls. So, given, charging a dual motor R1T to 100%, it gives you an estimate of about 350 miles of range, doing about between 70 and 80 miles an hour on I-95 with a headwind. Realistically, about 265 miles. Probably could have gone another 10 miles, so let's say 275 miles. But made it here. We'll be here for a while. Like I said, came in at 4%, need to charge to, I think, 65, 70% to make it to the next charging station, another Tesla Supercharger in Stafford, Virginia. It only has 8. That one only has 8, only 8 stalls, whereas this one, again, has 60. So that's where we're at. And I'm going to grab a little bite to eat, drink some mellow yellow. That's the one thing about the South that I miss up in Pennsylvania is mellow yellow. So this place had mellow yellow, so definitely partook in that. So I'll take a little break, and then do a little walk around on this. It's got to be one of the largest supercharger sites there is. All right, see you in a bit. All right, so at the end here, there's a charger that looks like it's for a pull through at the end of the station, and there's another one there that's kind of on the side, not lined up. But each of these stations have numerous trash and squeegees for the windows. Seems like a pretty good layout, but it's definitely busy today. Got a Cybertruck, some Teslas, the Mach-E at the end, and then I got myself charging here. So just do a quick walk down and back, check out all the different stations they have. Majority are V4s, but it looks like they have some V3s next to the Dunkin' Donuts. Good facilities. So yeah, let's walk on now. Looks like you have a hose there. You can fill up a dog bowl. There's a dog walking area. That's pretty much it for this side. Let's head back to the truck. And then as you can see on the other side of the parking lot, they have some random charge point CCS charger there, and then a good 10 to 12 V3 chargers, and then the Dunkin' Donuts and the convenience store and a gas station. So yeah, I'm pretty optimistic on the future electric vehicle charging after seeing this station. If this is what's going to become the norm, with 60 some charges available and good amenities, dog walking park. If you're traveling with a four-legged companion, to have them have a area to stretch their legs and do their business. Clean convenience store, Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, this is, and it's got covered parking here, so it's above it's where I'm parked for the charging. There's a awning that's all solar panels, so shaded parking here, not baking in the sun. So a really great charging experience. All right, so we're already at 60%. I'll wait till this gets to like 70%, and then we will go to the next stop, which will be another Tesla Supercharger, I think I mentioned, in Stafford, Virginia. So yeah, if you are traveling on I-95 and you need to charge, definitely recommend the Tesla Supercharger in Halifax, Virginia, right off 95. So let's finish up here, and then we'll make it to going to the next station. So we made it back home. It's actually a couple of days later at this point. Got home right away, and just after 11 hours of driving, just could not get myself to make a wrap-up video. So it's a couple of days later. Yeah, 2 stops that you saw that we come back, about 11 hours. Truck did great. Very comfortable ride. Had a great time camping. I want to give a shout out and thanks to Rivian Stories, particularly Jimmy and Nikki, for helping set it up. A lot of great time drinking, just catching up with people. These are people that I meet like once a year, if that. So it was great just catching up, a lot to discuss, a lot to catch up on. Great families that come by for the Rivian Stories camping. So if you're a Rivian and you're anywhere along the East Coast, we actually had someone come from Michigan, and someone flew in from Texas, and another person flew in from Portland, Oregon. So you don't have to be on the East Coast. If you're anywhere and you have a Rivian, or thinking about getting Rivian, come join us next year, 2026, at Rivian Stories family camping trip. Just going to show, I guess, the truck a little bit. It is dirty. You can see I pretty much killed every single insect on the trip home. This is probably the dirtiest this truck has ever been. It's just covered in dead bugs and tons of tree pollen. But yeah, she held up great. Looking forward already to planning the next camping trip. So thank you for joining me on this trip. Next video I'll put together is going to be what's supposed to be a 10,000 mile review, but I'm already at 11,000 miles, so we'll call it 11,000 mile review. And I'll do it a little bit different than everyone else on YouTube. I'll compare my impressions of my 2024 Rivian, which is a dual motor, to my first Rivian, which was a 2022 quad. And I had that one for 20,000 miles, and now I'm at 11,000 miles with the dual 2024. So I'll kind of compare it based off of my experience with my original Rivian and this one. So until then, I'll see you on the next video. Thank you, and please like and subscribe.